Good evening and welcome everyone again to tonight's official coverage of Rain Light Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7. As always, proudly sponsored by the good people at SIMBLACKS, giving away some great prizes, or prize at the end of tonight's round here, due to it being the final round. Also, CrossCut Woodworks, Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy 43, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs. Obviously, MATCHFIT on board once again tonight, streaming this great series to you live on YouTube once again. MATCHFIT's here. I'm Davo, and as always, J-Man right by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good, Davo. Evening, viewers. Everybody tuning in. Man, this is going to be epic. Sad that it is the final one of the season.
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
sure there'll be many boys out there that are probably ready for a break. However, what a great way to go out! 2 hours at the Glen. Will be fantastic.
Yes, Watkins never fails to deliver, mate. Good, fast, flowy track. And just to top things off, mate, it is a 2-hour enduro here tonight at Watkins for round 10. Yeah, good little field of cars out there. I think we've got 21 or 2 odd cars out there at the moment. The boys just rolling into qualifying as we speak. And let's get some vision. Let's see what's going on. First car on track, J-Man?
So we did have the 33 car rollout, was the first car that I picked up here. So obviously split into two. We've got the Pro-Ams and the AMs out there. So a couple of AMs out there tonight and half a dozen Pro-Ams. So that would been, first car out would have been Lee Perkins. How's he travelling there? Looking like, yeah, he will be the first car to come through and post the time. Got the Ferrari on song and out nice and early, looking to make a statement. And look, I think once again we're going to do the split style session and the qualifying. We were going to really potentially see some upsets as far as the times, and I think the one I'm going to pick on tonight will probably be, I'll be looking towards probably Bewley and Danny Kim, to see whether they shake up. Now, we do have a first timer, and that is from Lee Perkins, 146.387. Chris McConnell posts his time quickly after that, 146.5, so not a lot between those two straight off the bat. And we'll have another one, car 61, coming through now, which is Danny Kim, and we see him there on a 45.4, very quickly eclipsed by the second name I mentioned, Nathan Bewley, and they're on a 45.285. Isaac Ichikawa, 45.7. So a string of trio of 45 is quickly banked in concession.
Yeah, absolutely, J-Man. And as always, the board changes pretty quickly in these first few laps of qualifying, as it does sometimes right at the end as well with these guys. They really do try right to the end of this qualifying, as we've seen in the past. And also, we have seen a few of these Pro-Am drivers really punch above their weight in qualifying, J-Man, really, stamping their authority on the Pro-Am series by, keeping themselves in the top 10 for starting position sometimes in this series so far. So a few guys to watch, J-Man, like you mentioned, Bewley, Kim, Ichikawa, and the like. Chris McConnell, a newcomer to the series. I think he's sort of been around for about 3 or 4 rounds now. And Chris really always showing some great pace. So another one to watch.
Yeah, about to get a good improvement from Chris here. It's about to cross the line, carrying about 7/10 of a second, 6 3/4 to 7/10. That'll jump him up the list, or was it a track cut?
Oh, it might have been an infringement there, J-Man. So void lap for Chris.
Yep. Now, word on the chat there, you can see John O'Warren banked a 43.9 earlier. Jesus, a 43.9 and serving well right now, as we do see Mr. Nate Bewley did improve his time there to a 45.0. Where is, just trying to get a pickup on 96 and 44 coming through. So that was Joseph Marnie just come through with a very, very good time.
Oh yes, Marnie, another to watch, J-Man. Not long been at Rainlight Racing and definitely shown some great form so far.
Yeah, now Danny Kim opting to come back for another set of tyres. Still plenty of time on the clock. So maybe a little bit of a pressure adjustment, another set of shoes for the Ferrari for Danny Kim, and he's on his way back out there. But Chris McConnell got a good turn of speed as he comes out of the boot, heading for the final section of the racetrack, and he's got about just over 0.6 of a second. Now what that would do for him would be a high 45, somewhere around Marnie, John O'Warren territory, so he'd be in pretty good company there. But little bit of red up the top end of town from Bewley. Obviously, Danny Kim on a cycle lap now, coming out from pits. We're about to see this Chris McConnell time come through.
Yeah,
proves it by 8.5 tenths to go all the way up to P4.
He gained a tenth or so, or nearly 2 actually, just in those that little last complex of corners there. So nice work from McConnell.
Yep.
As we've been, well, we expect to see it now, hey, because we've seen him just run so quickly in the last few rounds of the series. So nice work from McConnell. Ichikawa up on his time, and Bewley as well. Bewley, cracking time from Bewley with a 45.0. So nearly hitting the 44s is where you need to be, I think. With obviously, I think we watched a bit of the pre-race practice, J-Man, with the pro guys down in the 44s. So Bewley's got a little bit of work to do to get to that.
Yeah, he does. Sorry, I was just watching Ken Worcester there, and he was well up on his time. Had a run wide in the second to last corner, and the lap went red and just bled a heap of time out of it. Otherwise, he was heading towards somewhere between Goddard and Perkins. So
I'm sure he did that the last lap. It was just showing up on my Delta, and by the time we got to the cams to him, he had made 0 gain. So
yeah, pretty inviting section of racetrack, mate. You can push really, really hard there. The cars really don't mind pushing through there hard, as we see right now. That'll be Chris McConnell coming through that section, and he's going to chuck it into the camber in the final right-hander. Keeps it away from the wall. He's got around 0.3 of a second. What'll this do for him? Somewhere around Danny Kim. Okay, so just behind him, 45.3 and then a 45.5 for Chris McConnell. Ichikawa's on the improve as well, though, and he's about to finish the lap, is he? Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
Looking good. And we do see a 44 now from Nathan Bewley.
Oh, Ichikawa. Pipping
45.2.
Yeah, pipping McConnell and Kim there, J-Man, for provisional second position.
Right. So just a little over half the field out there at the moment. 11 runners in this Pro-Am and Am class, and then we will go from there out to around the 20 cars to make up the field. Once we hit that 15-minute mark, those guys will be itching. Sure, they're tuning in, just looking and seeing what these guys are doing and what the track conditions are like. At the moment, we do have a green track, 18 degrees and a 21 track temp. So track not optimal. I think the pros probably likely to get the better side of the session, which is kind of how things used to be. So look for those times to be very, very hot, and maybe that's why we're not seeing the likes of John O'Warren being able to bank that 43.9 that some of the guys witnessed earlier. However, this is the track that they've got, and this is class racing. So between the AMs and the Pro-Ams, they've just got to deal with it. And we just see, I'm just picking up there. So that's Goddard. I was expecting Goddard to fire a good shot on here. He's had some good pace of late. He just bleed a little bit of time off in there. Currently in there on a 45.8, and he was as much as just under 0.3 up. Just bleed a little bit now, and he's just backed out of the lap. He's probably still got about 4 minutes to go and get some fresh boots on and cycle up a lap. He'll probably definitely get one more flyer in here if he chooses to go and put some shoes on and head out.
Yeah, a little bit more time for these boys yet, J-Man. Like you mentioned earlier, split 30-minute qualifying session, Pro-Am and the Am boys out. First up, track a little green at the moment. Temps are down as we just see Perkins struggling to get that Ferrari to grip in the front there out of the final corner. Little tag on the wall. 120-minute race tonight. Here, J-Man, with compulsory... Oh, and Perkins into the wall there, just on the Exeter 1. But, yeah, 120-minute race tonight here at Watkins with a compulsory tyre and fuel stop, ladies and gentlemen. So, you look, just wait. It's going to get busy about halfway through this race. Plenty of pit stops. And we know that just always throws, or quite possibly can throw a spanner in the works for some of these races and really change the dynamic of their race over the course.
You've got an interesting scenario here. The 17 car and the 252, the two Porsches up the top. They're sharing the front row at the moment provisionally.
Yep.
Nate Bewley and Isaac Ichikawa. Now, Ichikawa was needing around about 2.5 tenths to try and grab Bewley. Bewley's been up and down on the Delta this lap as well. Same with Ichikawa. He's on the tune of the good at the moment, coming around the final sector. He's about right on the cuff to try and take that front row. If there's no improvement by Bewley, he may well get this. He's very, very close. He needs a good final corner, which he's approaching now.
Oh, but Bewley just nails the final there, J-Man.
Yeah, Bewley just improved massively, so...
Added more than 2 tenths to, or dropped another 2 tenths out of his time there. So was definitely responding to Ichikawa's chase there, J-Man, in the closing stages. Couple of minutes to go here for these boys.
Yep, now still maybe wondering whether, can't really see. I'll just have a little bit of a look and see if John O'Warren has been back to the pits. Yes, he has. I just wonder whether maybe he's just trying to get those tyre pressures right for one last run at this thing, given that he clearly knows what it's like to a very, very quick lap. Maybe he's looking for a little bit more.
And he is only going to get one more shot at it, isn't he, J-Man? Just looking at the time there, as we tick down towards the 16-minute mark. Yeah, so definitely only going to get one more lap in. Danny Kim already in the pits. Worcester already in the pits as well, J-Man.
Yep.
As Warren gets across
the line.
Yep. Thackeray, another one to mention, J-Man in the McLaren.
Wide. You just mentioned him, and you've just he's been
cursed him
there. Cursed at the at the chicane.
I didn't even have the cameras on him. just a quick off the cup mention.
You've just got to say the name, mate.
So, yeah, unfortunate there for Warren. Should I say, Thackeray.
Yep.
Car back in the pits now, and he's done. Warren, however, up on the Delta by over 2 tenths and sneaking towards 3 very quickly.
And this will be an improvement over Ken Worcester, and maybe.
Well, look at it.
Yep.
Look at Warren's time at the moment. He's going to pip McConnell as well if he can keep that up. Maybe more. Damn, that thing's looking quick at the moment. He is over half a second, or was over half a second up on his time. McConnell responding. He's only got not long to go either.
Bewley. Sorry, I just picked up the cams on Bewley. Was super sideways into the chicane, and lost it there. The rear end disconnected, and that was all she wrote for that. But however, back to Warren.
Warren, he just bled all that time off out of that coming out of the boot section of the track there. That left-hander, J-Man, blind off camber.
He's heading back towards the 10th. Think he's going to grab. He grabs Perkins and Thackeray there.
Yeah, he needed that. Hey, look, that car has got a lot more pace in it, and it'd be interesting to watch Warren's race, I think, tonight, J-Man. So probably could have started another couple, even 2 or 3, maybe 4 positions higher than what he is at the moment. So Goddard coming around the final part of this boot section of the track and out onto the main circuit again. Like we were just mentioning, very tricky little off-cambered blind corner here. And winding his lap down, J-Man, as the pro boys will be rolling out right now.
For Goddard.
Yeah, he's got about, what's he looking at? 4, a little over 4 tenths there, nearly 5. There you go.
3.
Second row of the grid there. So good work for Goddard.
First time coming through from our pros too, I believe. Might be Shane Fodderdo, or is that just starting the lap? That may be just...
That is just starting the lap, but you might be right there, J-Man.
The 585 car shadowed by the other Mustang
of Webley, is
Webley,
it? Yep.
26 car, yep. And then we're back to the Costas Macrolos 222 Audi.
So these guys, actually, Webley and Fodderdo have been going hard at it throughout the series. Yeah, been a great battle to watch. The couple of Mustangs going at it.
Trading for second and third in this championship hunt.
Yep.
Lucas Keys clearly pretty much got the handle on this thing. Job done, but he'll out there try and finish on a high, I'm sure.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I did see, though, in pre-race practice, I think Mav might have had him, though. So both running in the Nissans, Mav opting to change cars halfway through the season just to take it to Lucas, and has done a fairly good job so far. So be interesting to see how we go here at Watkins for the final round. J-Man, 120 minutes, 2 hours of high-octane racing here, as always at Watkins. Proudly streamed to you live by the MATCHFIT Entertainment Group here on YouTube, and obviously SIMBLACKS on board again with the Rainlight Racing boys. Always putting on a show, J-Man. CROSSCUT Woodworks Carpentry and Joinery, Crossy 43, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs as well on the sponsorship list. These guys have been giving away $50 every race night. Those guys, CROSSCUT, Crossy, HENDO, and True to Life. You know, like, what a top bunch of boys. Definitely worth getting involved. Link to their Discord is in the description down there, ladies and gentlemen. Get on board with these guys and join them in 2025 and get amongst this stuff. Always, like I said, always putting on a great show.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're not far away, Davo, from seeing some times come through. Oh, we're already there.
Are we already there?
Yeah, we're already there. So Keys to the top, 44.5, 44.6 for Webley. Who else is upset? The apple cart in there, Crossland, and they're on a 45.6. Firthy, 45.6 also. Some very, very close times.
Yeah, so
guys that didn't make the cut first time round, I think
Fodderdo, yeah, because we had cameras on him just as we were calling our sponsors there, J-Man, and missed that lap. So, you know, look, like we always say, these boys really got to focus and get these bankers in first, you know, get something decent down and then chase it, you know, and just see if you can better it for the next, 14 minutes or so. So, guys working hard at it. Lucas doing just that as we just see him rolling back out on to the main part of the circuit here, down into this final complex of corners. Quite banked left and right-hander here. The left has plenty of runoff. The right, however, has...
Yeah, there's a wall there.
It has 0. So Webley just popping it up into first there just briefly before Keys rolls across the line there.
With a 3.5.
Yep. Fodderdo picked the lap as well, puts himself in provisional 4th, J-Man.
Yeah, it shows you how good the 44.6 was from Bewley in those track conditions. Now, the track has gone from green to fast, so more favourable conditions out there for this later part of the qualifying session. One thing to mention too, no Maverick out there on track. He is still in the pit lane, so car is there, but Mav not posting a time yet. Not sure
what's going on there. Okay.
What's happening there?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that was the quickest car in pre-race practice, J-Man. That Skyline. So, another one to watch? Tony Spence, J-Man. Looking pretty speedy. Was looking pretty hot in pre-race as well. A couple of tenths and a bit up on his Delta at the moment, which would sneak him up to a position. Yep. We've still got, obviously, like you mentioned, Bewley, Ichikawa, Goddard, Kim, and Chris McConnell still sitting in the top 10. Those Pro-Am boys, once again, shining in what is a pretty healthy field of pro drivers out here, J-Man.
Yeah, it is, and there's plenty of green on the board. There's more green, I think, than red at the moment. Fodado coming, Tony Spence coming, Webley just in there, very, very close. 143.687 plays a 143.5, although we're probably going to see a little improvement here from Lucas Keys, who we're just led to believe is running the Pete Dawson tribute paint scheme.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Spence just popping himself into fourth provisionally, and Fodado actually just moved up into third there just moments ago. So plenty of movement on the board. Firthy still trying to get that banker in. J-Man just lagging. He was good in pre-practice as well. Just sneaking up slowly. There he goes.
Off to 7th does Firthy with a 45.2.
Crossland, another J-Man, just trying to get that banker in as well. He won't be happy with 12th position. He's got 7 minutes to go, so he's got a good, probably 4 laps, or at least 3 up his sleeve there. But yeah, just trying to get that SIMBLACKS number 43 McLaren hooked up, and damn, Crossy just had some bad luck again this season, as you just see in the background there. That was Costas Makrolos and the Audi just looping the Audi with a bit of a tag on the wall. But yeah, Crossy just struggling to stay focused in the SIMBLACKS number 43 McLaren, but has shown some awesome pace over the last few rounds. So one to watch here as we wrap this year up and this series up here for 2024 at Rainlight Racing with their GT3 Series 7. Watkins Glen, couple of hours, compulsory pit stop thrown in, and a mega prize given away at the end of the night. So hang around for that. Actually, you got to get over to it. Links in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Get over to Crossy's Twitch channel, and they are giving away a set of SimMagic P1000 pedals, I think, care of the SimBlacks people. So definitely worth going over and checking out who's going to win that. Matt Clark.
Firthy here going to go top 6. Does he?
Oh, yes, with a 5.
He goes top 5.
Yep. Clark's not too far behind him. J-Man as well on a hot lap.
He's on a number. Yeah, he is on a number. It's a very good one.
Good clean exit out of the final corner here. Just makes more gains. Another 2 tenths and bam! Puts himself on the second row. How about that?
Yep.
So
beautiful.
Clark, another one that's new to Rainlight. I think J-Man this series, and has really shown some awesome form in the BMW. And definitely a contender. Yep. I'm sure we'll see him back next season.
We do have the number 3 Nissan out there running. He has cycled up. He is on a hot lap as we speak. I pay too much on the red timer there, mate. It's just a reference at the moment. So Mav is out there pushing. He's just looking like he's going to catch up to the back of Tony Spence this lap too. So Tony's got a ton of pace on there currently on 44.6. I could expect Maverick's probably going to try and bank. First one up has a banker even in somewhere in the 43s.
Well, running out of time, J-Man.
Yeah, he'll have enough calculations, 2 more.
Yeah, so as we just picked up on the number 3 Motol Nissan there, J-Man, a little bit of an error out of the bus stop, and yeah, a little bit of a bounce. You know how awkward these things can be off the curbs there through the bus stop. But Spence there just moving over, allowing Mav through, but I don't think he would have caught Spence anyway, but would probably have caught him on the next lap. Mav very sideways out of the second to last corner, flicks it into this right-hander. I think it's the next lap he's going to be chasing here.
Yeah, this one should be still, I think, somewhere. Okay, so it was a 45-2, so maybe that mistake was worth a little bit more.
Yeah, so maybe that little error up at the bus stop there, it's just on the exit of the bus stop, just a little bit of awkward bounce.
What's he got traffic-wise? He's got the 14 car of Lucas Keys further up the road, quite a way. So, oh, look, he can actually see him.
Yeah, well, good carrot to chase.
Yep. Lucas Keys, super tight. Keeps the car very shallow through the left-right entry to that bus stop chicane, and manages to really get the power down on the exits. That was interesting.
Yeah, I noticed Crossland takes a very similar line as well, J-Man, as we just see camera still on Mav there, getting an awkward bounce again out of the back end of the bus stop there. So struggling a little bit there. Macrolos still trying to lay down a banker as he rounds the final corner here. J-Man really got that Audi hooked up through the final corner there. That thing's been trying to kill him the whole series, but he just persists with it. Go Costas, puts himself in 14th provisionally.
Yeah, I think Mav almost looks like he's given this one away. He has got Tony Spence behind him. Tony pulled over from earlier. Now, what's he going to cross the line? 2 odd minutes. Now, this will be significant because if he gets across,
he'll get another one.
He will get another one. He will get this one and one more. So that is significant.
By about 4 seconds. But it's nonetheless, we'll get another one.
Well, and you know that Lucas Keys was a little bit further up the road than that, so you know that Lucas will get another one also.
Another one as well, yeah, true. And like you mentioned, that was Spence that was tucked in behind Mav as well, and I'd say he got across the line in time as well, because he's only about a 10th back or 2/10 back from him. So,
yeah, pretty sure that would have been the last car. I'm not sure that Crossy got across with enough time.
Okay, a lot cleaner through in and out of the bus stop for Mav this lap around. Nick Firth looks like he's up. Oh, only early stages of the lap, just coming out of 1 and 2. This will be his final lap.
Mav needs a lot more. He needs a ton more of time. So.
A metric shitload. And Spence hanging with him there. So Spence carrying some good bloody pace, J-Man. Not mucking around.
Yeah, provisional, practice tonight, official practice. He was right there or thereabouts. I did Tony's name up the list well and truly tonight. So he's there justifiably. Faraday, he is on the improve. Probably not enough at the moment to grab Webley, however, he is on the improve, and we see this Maverick car come around. Oh, and 43-1, Lucas Keys improves the time. Mav pulls the car in. He's done.
Faraday pulls up as well. Crossland just about to run across the line. Sorry to interrupt, J-Man. This will sneak him up. No, it doesn't. Oh, no. And that's time out. Lucas Keys gets that extra lap like he needs it, and is going to be the final car out on track, I would suspect, J-Man.
Yep. Yeah, and really amazing stats here this season here for Lucas Keys. Hasn't gone worse by my calculations than a P2 in the season. So
yeah, impressive stuff.
Just very lots and lots of number ones and a couple of twos in there, so very well constructed series for Lucas, and just very very consistent, super fast, competitive. Someone fund the guy Mike. Love for a chat.
Yes, please.
Oh, who got disqualified? I did see something come up. Maverick got DQ'd. Okay, that's not what you want coming into the final race of the season.
Probably not out of the points, J-Man. However, so nothing major to
Spence here.
upset.
Is Spence an option to grab
Oh,
Clarkey here?
Spence is still out. I thought there might have been another car out, actually, and Spence.
Oh, he's going to be close, but not close enough.
No. So, nice work from all
Look at
involved there.
Spence and Firth, who are battling in this title hunt, in there, both on 144.667.
Wow.
Deal on it.
Man, J-Man, we have seen some super friggin' close times in the last couple of weeks on our broadcasts. So there's just another one to add to it. So yeah, some equal times, mate. You do see it. You don't see it too often, and it's great, especially look at the class. It's class stuff here. So what are we looking? A McLaren v Ferrari, I think it is for those times, is it? Yes. So Spence Firth. So two different makes of car as well. So nice work from those guys. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. They're going to wind down or tick down to the race start here over the next couple of minutes. J-Man, we must thank again the good people at SIMBLACKS, CROSSCUT Woodworks, Crossy 43, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs. Obviously, ourselves, MATCHFIT Entertainment, broadcasting it all for you again here tonight on YouTube. Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7, the final race and series for 2024. Looking forward to next year already and what these guys bring for 2025. But look, you guys got to get over to Crossy's Twitch channel after the show here tonight, and these guys giving away a paddle set from Sim Magic, the P1000 set. Awesome bit of kit. And there's a few guys in contention for it too. I think we counted off about 15 guys, I think, J-Man, that were in something like that.
Somewhere around that number, yeah. So look, there's plenty in contention, and a good number of the drivers that are here lining up here tonight. So that's an awesome prize to be had, and well done to the team here at Rainlight Racing for constructing such a great package and a great field this year.
Absolutely, and I'm sure there is some prizes. It is Christmas nearly, so there will be some gifts given away to the leading, the championship winners here, J-Man, in the likes of Lucas Keys, quite possibly. Let's have a look at the points, J-Man. Let's talk points.
Yeah. Now, significant, obviously, as I mentioned, Lucas Keys up the top there, 2,480 points. Just a lot of W's up there, and a couple of bridesmaids in there, but not too many. And then Brandon Webley and Shane Fodderdo having a great stoush right throughout the season, and look,
absolutely,
mathematically that's not done. It's 120 minutes here at the Glen. Webley, Fodderdo, they're going to duke this thing out. Obviously, they qualified 2-3 here tonight. Now, the interesting is one as well. So, Tony Spence, Nick Firth, we talked about the identical lap times between those guys. And they are sitting 4th and 5th in the championship, and they're only separated by the smallest margin. So that battle will rage on. And then Matty Clark, Pete Dawson, that was a positional change in the last week or so as well. So 1460 plays 1400. So Matty Clark and Pete Dawson still going out at Croston. You and I had a little chat early on. This guy tends to peak late in the season, so we wish him well out of P8 in the championship here tonight. And then George Goddard, 1,230 points. Costas Makrolos, of what has been a challenging season in the Audi, has still done a great job, and he is out there in P10 outright. So fantastic job for him. And then the list goes on: Perkins, Henderson, Marnie, Rowe, Danny Kim, Bewley. So you're likely going to see the likes of Marnie, Kim, Bewley, Jonathan Warren improve late in the session there. Because if you look at the point structure there from, say, Hendo down, it's all pretty tight stuff: 995, 970, 925, 910. Back to Bewley at 850. Bewley's got a ton of pace on at the moment. He managed to put that Pro-Am car up inside the 10 and P7 starting here tonight. So he'll be looking for a strong finish at the back end of this thing. And then, as you mentioned, we've had some latecomers, the likes of Isaac Ichikawa. Been fantastic to watch this guy out on track. He's gets plenty of camera time because he's makes that Porsche go to work for sure.
Oh yeah,
And then, obviously we got Eddie Fickery there as well. So there's still plenty to play for, even for the minor rankings. They've put on a great show, and I'm sure with a full season under their belt in 2025, it'll be a hell of a show. So looking forward to that. And obviously, as you mentioned, there's plenty in contention for these P1000 pedals. And look, I'm excited to see who that's going to go to. I think anybody that's in contention, ideally, congrats to whoever gets it, and hopefully we find out that result maybe just after we come off of air, or maybe during our airtime. We'll see how we go. But best of luck to everybody out there on track tonight, and best of luck to everybody in contention for that prize.
Absolutely, J-Man. And obviously we're going to thank again, Rain Light Racing for putting together such a fantastic series and a fantastic 2024, J-Man. It's been exciting to watch these guys go at it. They squeeze a lot of racing in a year, these boys. So it's been
very passionate,
pretty busy. So yeah, big thanks to the Rainlight community, J-Man. For putting all this together and giving these guys somewhere to race. And obviously, they've got surrounded by good people like SIMBLACKS, CROSSCUT, Woodworks, Crossy, Hendo, and True to Life Racing Designs. So what a great package, and definitely worth getting involved. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching our stream for the first time, the links are in the description to all the relevant websites, and obviously the Rainlight Racing Discord. So, if you want to get involved, just get over there, touch base. Really friendly bunch of guys. But like you mentioned, generous as well, J-Man, and giving away stuff at the end of the night tonight, as the boys, I think, are rolling away. Yes, they are, on the formation lap. Watkins Glen, 2 hours, compulsory pit stop for fuel and tyres here. I think we have 21 cars out here on track tonight. Like we mentioned, potentially 15 of those cars eligible to win a prize at the end of the night. So awesome stuff. They've got to do a couple of hours of racing first. So they'll be G'd up. Final race. The usual suspects.
Firth nearly in the fence already.
Oh, no. He's just a bit overzealous on the tyre warming maybe from Firth there. But, good to see Firthy. Firthy doesn't mind Watkins up there. I think he did pretty good in Season 6 here as well. So, good to see a good solid drive from him. But in points fight, fourth in the championship with Tony Spencer, who's just sitting right in front of him there with equal times in qualifying. Those two guys, those two cars, one to watch definitely. But we've got the usual suspects, J-Man. We've got the Lucas Keys, the Brandon Webleys, Spartanos, the Clarks as well now, mixed into that. Bewley still in 7th position, J-Man, notably. Ichikawa. Sorry, I missed Crossy. Sorry, brother. You're in 8th there, provisionally in the 43 SIMBLACKS McLaren there. But Bewley and Ichikawa, 7th and 9th. A couple of Pro-Am drivers. holding down the top 10, which is bloody awesome in what is a pretty talented field, or very talented field, should I say, here at Rainlight Racing in their GT3 series. Dawson in 10th, Goddard 11th, then we got Kim, Makalos, McConnell, Marnie, Warren, Perkins, Thackeray, Lee, Worcester, and Mav starting from the back of the pack. That will be another car to watch, J-Man, and we won't miss that. It's a bright red skyline.
Yeah, Mav may be looking for an alternate strategy here tonight, try and play himself back into the fight. You know, he'd be looking towards, you know, great racing IQ does Mav, and we know he has good pace. If the all the things, everything aligns itself, he will be there or thereabouts. Maybe might be able to strategize himself back into a battle with the likes of Keys and Webley, Fodderdo and co. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays this one. He's just hanging back at the moment. Weather looks good, 20 degrees, ambient 28 track. Fair bit of sunshine out there for what is a 2 p.m. race start for 2 hours.
And 2 p.m. is coming up any second, ladies and gentlemen, as the grid starts to form up here into this final complex, this little left-right section before we go green on the final round here at Watkins Glen. 120-minute enduro here for Rainlight Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7, final series of the year. Final race in the series, and for 2024, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Keys, Brandon Webley, front row, Fodderdo, Clark, Spence, Firth, Bewley, Crossland, Ichikawa and Dawson, and they are off. And look at the jump from Keys immediately. Clark pushing up nicely on Fodderdo as well. No stress here. Final race, these guys are keeping it pretty tidy. Very orderly. Crossland's going back from Ichikawa there. Sneaking it in. I think he just outbraked him, J-Man. Firthy, Bewley and Firthy. Look at that.
Oh, and he's under pressure now. He is under pressure, is Firthy from...
it's Bewley.
Yeah, Bewley and Ichikawa were lining up there.
Yeah, both those Porsches seriously quick, J-Man. Makalos back position, or is he? Or is he? It's still on. Makalos back past.
It's busy. It is busy back there.
Busy.
Danny Kim.
And that's
Danny
Mav.
Kim and then Chris McConnell, Marnie. That's a busy pack as we just see Maverick makes another position. So
he's made 4 positions in about the same amount of corners there.
Yep.
Nick Firth. Looking to go, Spence. Wouldn't want to leave that door open too wide, J-Man, with that.
No, not with Bewley there.
Bewley and Ichikawa there, just ready to stick the toe in the door.
And look at this drive-through for Webley. So Webley gets a drive-through. What is that?
No.
Is that a start infringement? What is going on there?
Oh, that's terrible news.
And he's going to get it done. Oh, can he arrest the car up?
Oh, no.
Oh, I think he's sped in there, mate. I think it's going to go from bad to worse. Where is he? This is a night that he really just needed to defend the second position from Shane Fodderdo, and he's just opened the door for Fodderdo because Fodderdo is now P2. Where is Brandon Webley?
Where did he go?
I do not have him on the list. Oh, that's a shocker. That is a shocker. He needs to get back in and try and circulate and defend this second position. However, back to the action, and there's very much action. It's been a great start for Matty Clark, and he's got Spence, Firth, Bewley, Ichikawa. That is quick succession. Crossland, he's still there. And look at that, Pete Dawson, George Goddard, like the top 10, actually top 11, 12 to Danny Kim. At the expense of Lucas Keys, who's made 3.6 seconds in a lap and a half. The rest of the field is absolutely stacked close together.
Yeah, so look, Crossland's held his position. No, we actually lost a position to Ichikawa in the early stages of the opening lap. We've just seen Webley drop from the server. Very orderly start, J-Man. Look, super clean stuff from these guys. Really heated. Guys fighting for track position, but very orderly stuff. I don't think I've seen a car around yet.
No, I haven't. I'll tell you what, I'm liking what I see from Ichikawa and Bewley here. Ichikawa's going to have a look down here too. He got a great run off the final turn. Can he pull out? Oh, he gives him a little rub mid-straight. He's got Crossland right behind him as well, so he missed time, maybe the pull out of the draft there. Runs it very, very wide out of turn 1. Grab a bit of a track cut there. And he's going to be under pressure from this McLaren.
Yeah, he looks like he's distracted. We're just picking up on a replay there, just tapping the back of Bewley's car. He looks like he's distracted by his rear view mirror. And yeah, left that jump out of the slipstream from Bewley's car way too late. Give him a tag. The guys carry on. But yeah, little gun shy now. He's backed away. Very close stuff. Marnie, Mav over Marnie there, J-Man. And also Perkins back a few positions as well. And looks like he's in the wars there with Worcester. They're going at it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact there. Matty Clark really hanging on to the back of Shane Fodderdo here. He'd be looking for a good performance here. Is the number 2 car, the BMW of Matty Clark. Seen him when he gets this thing hooked up. He's got some serious pace, so Shane's going to have his work cut out. And I'll be wondering what Shane's mental focus is like now with the absence of Brandon Webley, what Shane thinks about, you know, about how to attack tonight. And I imagine he'll still want to press on and make a podium. However, the pressure's off a little bit with Webley not there. I'll try and get a bit of a update. What's the difference back from there? So the next car back from there is Tony Spence, and he's some way back on the points. However, it's potentially a good night for Tony Spence.
Well, definitely. He's got the pace tonight. He's got a bit of a gap on Firthy now.
Firthy, Bewley's going to line up Firthy for an outside move at the chicane.
Oh, he's on the wrong side there, J-Man.
Yeah.
You need some pretty healthy overlap to force that pass. And that's really allowed Firth to hold that optimum line, or more optimum line than what Bewley had, and he's gapped him straight away. The pace in the Porsche tonight, though, I just wonder whether Firth still isn't comfortable in the car, just hasn't phased right into where he wants it, and is struggling. Look at him there again.
Sorry, mate. Just want to pick up on Maverick here. We just lost Maverick. Not sure if we can grab a replay and see what happened there.
He's not on my list. I can't grab him.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, mate. We've lost Mav, so down on 19. Bit of attrition at the Glen here tonight.
Oh yeah.
So, look,
Bewley.
Back to Bewley, Firth. I think this will be a tale that's going to go on for some time.
You think so? And look, and unfortunately for Firth, it's distracting him from, you know, the job at hand, which is actually to try and get out and round up Spence, who's in front of him, and starting to move away. What's he now? Like, nearly 2 seconds.
Yes.
Bewley, the speed, the entry speed on the corners, braking and entry speed on the Porsche is next level compared to Firth's Ferrari at the moment.
Yep. Ichikawa Crossland Dawson's another one that's very much on the radar, and I like what I see there from Pete Dawson at the moment. He's just been moving forward. He's good on the lap times. He's in the 45.8s last time. Those 2 cars in front, 46.4, 46.6. So Pete Dawson, Crossland hits that horrible curb. Can he save it? He saves it. What a beautiful bit of driving from Steve Crossland to not fence that McLaren at that point of the racetrack at that pace was well worthy of a replay, Davo.
We're on it, J-Man, and right on the tail, under the wing of Ichikawa there, allows everybody back to, it looks like Macrolos to sneak past there, so he's got McConnell, the newcomer, at him now with Danny Kim just tucked in behind. This field, due to such a clean start, J-Man, we see this time and time again, really close pack of cars. After 4 laps down. So nice stuff. Bit of a gap back to Marnie there from Warren.
But look at this: Dawson, Goddard, Macrolos, Crossland, McConnell.
On. Yeah. So Crossy will be kicking himself there. I think he lost 3. Is it? Yeah, 3 positions. Dawson.
Yep.
Yeah, Dawson, Goddard, Macrolos there. Car was looking fast.
Car was looking fast. Just watching the margin with Nick Firth, Tony Spencer. Keep on that. It's just hovering around that 1.5 to 1.7 seconds. So I'm just going to keep on that. Just watch the lap times. 45.4 for Tony Spence last time round, and a 45.4 for Nick Firth. So
Macrolos bump drafting.
He was too on George Goddard. Just nowhere to go on that outside line, although however
Goddard's
very, very well.
Goddard's gone shallows. The entry's super awkward. Look at that bunch behind him there. That is McConnell
Look
and
at Chris
Kim.
McConnell's line.
Look at the pace. Oh, the attack.
Dives to the inside on Crossland. Oh, this is aggressive stuff. We're very early in the piece, mate. We
comes in deep on
Goddard.
Oh no, it's Crossland.
No, that was McConnell on Crossland. But it was also Macrolos.
No, it's not over yet. It's not over yet though.
Look at the jostling here for track position, just for, dominance into the corner. Macrolos showed the nose for a long, long time there. Goddard didn't buy it. Some good racing going on. Front of the field stretched out a little bit. Lucas Key's got 7.1 over Fodado. Fodado got 2 seconds now over Clarkey. Tony Spence got 1.2 back from there. Firthy 1.7 back from Spence. And then we get to Bewley. He's only half a second behind Firthy. So that battle still rages on. Then we've got about 2.83 seconds gap back from Bewley to this battle with Ichikawa and Dawson, which is raging on. And then back to this big battle pack of Goddard, Macrolos, Crossland, McConnell, Kim. Where is Marnie?
Marnie, there's a gap. Back. Yeah, there's a gap to Marnie. And then there's another little group of cars, I think.
Yeah, Ben Lay, Perkins, Thackeray.
Yep.
That's a good little battle pack as well.
Oh, Dawson and Ichikawa.
Yeah, Dawson had to back out of that, the back end of the straight there. Don't want to back out too much because Goddard and Co are right there, so they need to just keep their lap pace up. It's probably more at this point about working out how to keep your lap time down and race forward, because if you get engaged in a battle for somebody like Ichikawa and Pete Dawson, you're just going to back yourself into this angry pack behind us. Macrolos gets a horrible bounce on the exit curb coming down into the boot. Very unsettled.
Oh, the bounce off this curb it looks smooth as, but it's just not. And I've seen even the Mustangs look a little bit untidy out of the back of that as well. Tricky stuff, these guys pushing hard, very tight pack. I mean, clearly when you're running this close, J-Man, as well, unsighted entries and breaking points quite often. Sometimes Bewley starting to chase Firth even harder.
He's on him. He is absolutely on him, and I think aggression there for me. The drive out of Bewley at the moment, chasing down Firthy, is impressive, and then also Dawson looks super aggressive at times on Ichikawa as well. So, who was that? Macrolos. Goddard's going backwards. That was a run wide at turn 1. Gives Macrolos and Crossland a position back. And he's actually under fire now from Chris McConnell, Danny Kim, Gonna try and line him up as we just see Danny Kim open the steering up, go to the outside, coming up the roller coaster. Super tight stuff. Has to brake a little bit straighter and earlier than Chris McConnell to make the chicane. You just get left out in no man's land heading into that chicane from the outside. Good stuff. So just in that little exchange, we just saw Bewley and Firth just step away a little bit further from Ichikawa Dawson there. Just a little bit of it settled down there for Bewley and Firth, and that battle pack still raging on behind them.
Yeah, and they just ebb and flow, don't they? Depending on this, you only need the slightest of little wriggles in or out of a corner. You know, just picking up one of those, you know, bumpy curbs, and it really does tighten these packs up, and the red mist starts to set. You know, and the body language changes, and the aggression level changes. You give them a little bit of space, and they just they seem a lot more focused. They're in that chase mode. But then when they get up under the wing, then it's attack mode, and you can see the body language change in these cars. Crossland, again, starting to get into that mode right now.
He looks good through here, doesn't he? He was really good at the apex turn one. He's shallow again at the apex. He can get the car really tight down on the apexes. Looks like the front's a little bit more compliant on that McLaren than the Audi in front.
But the Audi, the grunt in the Audi is impressive. Like, even with Crossland tucked up under the wing there, no real gain. Again, Crossy, big slip out of the back end of the bus stop there. You can see Dawson still working over Ichikawa, keeping him busy in front, which is probably left Bewley to concentrate on Firthy, because Ichikawa and Bewley looked like they were going to come as a bit of a tag team there, didn't they? As at the beginning of the race there, Ichikawa definitely wanted to go with Bewley. I think Ichikawa has the pace to go with Bewley as well, but had to focus on what's going on behind him.
Yeah, he's possibly had to defend a couple more times, I think, in recent laps, and that's probably just made that gap blow out a little bit more. You know, that's out to 5.2 now. I think on lap time, they were very, very close coming into this. I think maybe 7th and 9th in qualifying, once the pros had split them up a little bit. However, they were clearing the provisional front row for Pro-Ams leading into that final 15-minute qualifying session. So I think the pace is there. There's still a long, long way to go. Track's gone optimum, 20 degrees ambient, as we just see Bewley, big look down the inside, up the roller coaster.
He's going to get this done here.
I feel like he's going to get the job done. Firthy look for a cutback, try and get up the inside. Who's got the pace? Bewley's going to defend the inside.
Bewley's covering. We're going to flick back to a replay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check this out here. Into T1. Firthy misses the apex, J-Man. Just has to get out of it to keep it on track. He's vulnerable. Really can't cover it. He probably could have. But there you go. Good clean pass. Good spatial awareness from both of those drivers, J-Man.
And now Macrolos, Crossland and co are right on Dawson. And just look at what that's doing. It just allows Ichikawa. Oh, Firth back through on Dawson. On Bewley. Sorry. I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, we're going back for it though. Let's have a look. And that is Bewley with a big slip down the bottom of the hill in the boot section there. Gathers it up, keeps it pointing in the right direction, opens the door. Very similar to it's all on, J-Man. Oh, this is perfect. This is Watkins at its best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These guys will be absolutely loving this. I'm sure Firthy wants to go and battle it out with
Spence, Tony.
With Spence. But Tony's eyes forward, and he's just like, nah, you guys just keep it up down there.
Yeah.
And look, we go back to what is this battle now that's become pretty much a 4-way and then a little gap and then another 3-way after that, which is...
So McConnell's just snuck past Goddard there. We're just going to try and pick this up on the replay. So Goddard with a big slip out of the final corner, gathers it up, no wall contact, compromises his run, and it's on. We've got so much going on here. We've got Bewley and Firthy, Dawson, Ichikawa.
Here comes Goddard, McConnell again, down to the bus stop chicane. He's got
side
the inside
by side.
Line. He has to clear the brake.
Wow.
I tell you what, McConnell was just so much more committed then. He wasn't giving that up. Bewley, Firth, still side by side as well. It's hard to know where to look for yours.
And the trainer cars, Ichikawa, Dawson, Macrolos, Crossland, McConnell. It's massive. And then you've got the Bewley Firth thing going on up the pointy hand. These guys exchanging positions from one corner to the next. Where do we look, J-Man?
Oh, it's a fitting finale for sure.
It is so far. Absolutely.
Okay, I think probably still, I think you've got to keep your eyes somewhere between Dawson, Macrolos, Ichikawa.
Oh, Dawson, Macrolos with a big snake. There in front of Crossland. Crossland just thinking, that's right, mate. Scrub those rears. Well, let's do a lap in Crossy's car, actually, here, just J-Man, just for a moment. Turn it up, enjoy. And it's on already. I don't think I can leave. Hang on, what's going on in front here? Ichikawa and Dawson. Dawson through.
Tag.
Oh, tag from McConnell and Crossland.
On Macrolos. Yep. Crossy's waiting for a redress here. That's going to hurt. It sees Marnie, Kim, Goddard go through.
Oh, so it's Crossland on Macrolos.
Yep. It was the slightest little touch, but the car was unweighted, heavy on the front brakes. Made it light on the rear.
Yeah, Crossland waiting. Yeah, like you mentioned, J-Man. So, that has split that little pack up there. It's actually really mixed it up here. Ichikawa now having to chase back down Dawson. Bewley still on the attack.
Still on Firthy.
Still on Firthy. We got Kim and Goddard super close. We saw McConnell go past Goddard. Kim still trying to work over the back of that number 96.
Is that Bewley back through on Firth? Gets him down the inside. That's another pass. How many times have these guys changed position?
We'll get a quick one on that too. So Firthy a bit slow out of the right-hander at the bottom of the hill there. Just has nothing. Leaves the door open. Gives it away to Bewley.
He's straight back on him though.
And it just continues on. Danny Kim still working over Goddard. Ichikawa. Dawson with a big wriggle into the final corner. This will compromise his pace. Ichikawa.
Trouble straight away. Look, he's going to be shallow here. Oh, can Ichikawa drive around the outside?
He's going to make it live there, Joe.
Bit of chaos. And look, Davo, you never cease to fail and amaze me, mate. You just mentioned we were going to go for a lap on Crossland. And no more than probably 3 to 5 seconds later, he's in the back of Macrolos and readdressing. And, mate, they must dread you calling that you're going to go for a ride with them.
Well, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Let's just try and pick up what is left.
Yeah, who are you going to curse
that
now?
Action.
Who you go?
I'm not sure. I'm going to curse. I'll tell you who I'm going to curse. YouTube, because it just looks like it's buffering on my screen at the moment. But we will continue on, J-Man. Danny Kim on Goddard, I think, is the place to be at the moment.
Crossland also on lay. He's going to get this move done out of the final corner. Got a much better line. And gets it done already. He's already got the overlap down to 1. Crossland. And he's got a couple of seconds to make to try and get back to Macrolos and Thackeray, Marnie and co. So it should be a long night here for Crossy.
It will be. It will be. Yeah, every
Scott,
gain's a good gain. So he continues on. Goddard's actually snuck up behind McConnell again, so maybe a bit of a slip up from McConnell, but Makalos past Bakary in the background there.
Yeah. Yeah, so still a good battle there. So I think for me, Ichikawa, Dawson, McConnell, Goddard, Kim, that still rages on. And that's been since the flags dropped that battle has been in full engagement, and it carries on. Bewley's managed to get Firthy by the tune of sort of anywhere from 7/10 to a second now. So a little bit of phasing here. Maybe look for oh yeah, condolences, Brandon. Thought you might have come back in and just maybe tried to see what you can make of it, mate. But outside of that, it's been a fantastic season. Do miss you when you're not on the grid, buddy. So condolences for that. That happens in sim racing, pal. So that is Brandon Webley tuning in to the chat there. A night that just got away from him. Oh, Danny Kim now really starting to put some heat on Goddard. This is for a top 10. I know it's early days, viewers, but we get pretty excited even at lap 1, don't we, Davo?
So Cam's on Goddard. It's Goddard, McConnell, Kim battle, which is actually tightened right up here. These the Kim and Goddard car actually dropped off the back of McConnell now. McConnell has sort of come back to him a little bit here.
Yeah, he is.
With it definitely come back to him there because Dawson's running with Ichikawa, or trying to keep up with Ichikawa, and has moved up. So, big slide there from Goddard. He'll be vulnerable here, J-Man.
Yeah, he will be. Kim will have a good look down into this right hand at the bottom of the boot. No, he backs out of it.
Oh.
So Goddard very, very good on the brakes down there, but he was definitely compromised coming off of that bottom bowl turn. So Firthy losing quite a bit of time now to Bewley. So just wonder what's going on here as far as the tyre phasing. 21 degrees, 28 track. So we've only increased by 1 degree since the start of this race. I wouldn't think they'd be in tyre trouble. And duration wise, we're a fair way away from what we'd call, you know, an optimal strategy if they're going to split it in two. There's still another half an hour to go.
Yeah, look, I think at least 20 minutes before we would start to see pit stops, J-Man. Only, we're not even a quarter of the way through the race here, so plenty of racing yet to go. And it's literally taken half an hour for these guys just to sort of give each other a little bit of breathing space, hasn't it? You know, the pack has been so tight for the first half an hour. Some really intense stuff. And we continue to see that. Just look at those cars. A little bit more of a distance between them, but the Ichikawa, Dawson, McConnell, Goddard, Kim battle there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in a train.
Yeah, close, but has settled down. I think the intent sort of really settled down at the moment. I think they're just in their rhythm right now. I think Ichikawa probably try and pump some good laps in here. Last lap round was a 46.1. Plays a 46.3 for Dawson, 46.1 for McConnell with a cut. Goddard 46.5 with a cut. Danny Kim 46.8 with a cut. Now that's significant. You know, we just see on the telemetry viewers, we see what is a green lap, what is a cut lap, and we see the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that the game's given them one of their 3 or 4 track infringements. It just means that they've gone out the perimeters. If they have lifted the throttle, it still comes up as a red lap for us. So
yeah,
track infringements as far as limitations, I think in a 2-hour race it's definitely worthy of the conversation. There will be parts of this racetrack that definitely. If
There
they're going to
were-
be a little bit more inviting, I think you can easily get one out of turn 1, and you can easily get one, I think, on the
Second to
to
last corner.
last. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. There's a couple of spots there that just sort of invites you out there a little bit more than others.
Yeah.
These guys well learned on it. Though anybody that's done the practice will know the limits.
So it's a 96 car. George Goddard just gets it super sideways, and Daddy Kim's looking for the long way around.
He's got it. He's got it though. He's on the inside here now. We will go back, and it carries on. We'll just wait a moment. But I think he's got him there.
Yep. And it just all came from an awkward bounce and a slide.
Off that back end of that bus stop, and we've seen it all night. Like I mentioned, we saw it in the Nissan of Mav. The Mustangs are a little bit sketchy out of it as well. And we've seen it in Crossland's McLaren, J-Man. So, just get that wrong angle, or you take a little too much, get a little greedy on it, and it'll bite you. It will bite you.
Yeah. Another one of the battles that's starting to form. I know there's a few bigger gaps at the moment between some of the drivers, but the way that Tony Spence is starting to come on at this quarter-way weight mark through this race, he's just gone below the second mark to Matty Clark, and he's been building on that. Obviously, the pressure from Firth and Bewley basically came off with that battle that ensued between Bewley and Firth, and it allowed him to put that couple of seconds in between himself and 5th and 6th. And now really starting to work a lap time, 45.4s a piece for Spence and Bewley, however 45.6 for Matty Clark. So just a couple of tenths here and there, and over a 2-hour race, it's constructing the long run that's going to make the difference for somebody like Tony Spence, and that's a podium that we're talking about. So plenty of incentive for the J Blood McLaren and Tony Spence, and this guy's been performing phenomenally. Obviously, we mentioned just recently took 4th in the championship hunt away from Nick Firth, and looking to try and solidify that result heading into this final phase of the championship. So he's doing a good job. Or who was that? Crossland? Was that Crossland? Who was that?
That's
a pass.
Yeah, totally agree about Spence there, J-Man. But Clark has shown really good form in the back end of the races as well. So it'll be interesting to see how. And look at Spence; he just seems to be getting.
He's coming.
He's on his way, and he's under a second. He's just flickering under a second. Yeah. So definitely, not what better carrot to chase than Matty Clark at the moment. Super quick. But I just felt that, like what we have watched of Clark, he seems to manage, whatever it might be, the car and the tyre, right to the end of the race. And we saw him chasing down, what was it, Faraday last week?
It was, yeah.
So, just interesting stuff. So it'd be a good battle between these two. We thought it might have been between Spence and Firth, but it looks like it's going to be Spence and Clark.
Yeah, I think the first time we called Clarkie was maybe, I think it was a Bathurst race. I'm not sure. It could have been one at ASR. It could have been an Enduro one. I think I got a feeling it was an ASR one or something. And I remember, now what have we got? We got Goddard facing the wrong way, going backwards. Might be worthy of a pickup, and we'll get back to Matty.
Awkward bump off the back end of the bus stop, pointing the wrong way. Very awkward position there. Lucky to find a gap in the traffic there between a couple of the cars, and able to turn that around. Now he has Crossland to contend with. So
look at this Spence Clark. We're back to that battle there, talking about. Yeah, so I think personally for me, I think it was a call that we made in recent times with Matt, and look, he was a new name for us, and I remember seeing a drive out of him, and I'm pretty sure it was a BMW as well, at Bathurst, and he was a very, very strong contender. really good pace. And look, we're seeing that now. He's come on strong at the back end of the season as well. Always jumps in for a chat while he's waiting for his turn to qualify. We do appreciate him. He's a character. So he's going to have his hands full with Tony Spence coming. Looking at some of the margins, Steve Cross and George Goddard, that is going to be a red hot battle over the next 2 laps because Crossi is right there. A couple of McLarens going to go at it, and then we've got Thackeray in there as well. I think Crossan had dispatched him within the last 2 laps, but just see the car position of Steve Crossan now. Really, he's just trying to set himself up for that run up to the chicane.
And it's all in the timing, isn't it, J-Man? You talk about it all the time. If you're too close, it doesn't work. If you're too far away, obviously it doesn't work. There's this sweet spot, isn't there? So when you pick up that aero, that draft, you're just in the right place at the right time.
Oh, Crossan gets a 10-second penalty, so the stewards have assessed possibly the Macrolos incident
no
will
doubt.
unfold.
Yeah.
And the good people up there in the stewards box, we do appreciate the job they have to do. It's not a job that many like to do, however, it's a job that needs doing. And look, they've concluded that was worthy of a 10. Sometimes we see it grow. It just takes a little bit of time for them to punch it in. However, I wanted to just touch base on this Clarkey-Spence battle and just mention that up to this point, we'll see if we can get a read. Okay, so Clarkey threw on a 45.4, Spence on a 45.7, and it was Bewley that I wanted to mention because he was, the last set round, he was quicker than those guys, and he was starting to close that gap. So
yeah, how crazy is that?
Driven away from Firthy and got eyes on Spence. So I think the podium battle here for third tonight is going to be a really interesting one. And at this point in time, you could argue that it could be either the 56 of Firthy, 17 of Bewley, or the 420 of Spence. Or the 2 of Clark. It's anybody's because there's not a lot in that. We've got pit stops to shake out. We can see a good 3-4 second difference between pit stops.
Absolutely. And look, we were only just calling Spence. We were saying he was just dipping into a 1 second gap, and now he's at half a second. And Clark,
very wide.
Clark's wide. He's feeling the pressure at half a second. And
yeah, Look at this, a little bit of a wiggle. Is this the run? Is this the run that Spence needs?
He's having a look straight away.
Clarkey covering straight away. He's going to drive the defensive line here now. If Spence breaks this thing right, he might be able to tuck the car underneath him here.
Yeah, tricky corner at the top of the hill here to navigate, J-Man.
Hold him shallow again.
Not one to take side by side. Late apex on this, but off camber, very blind. Who's that?
Well, that's Bewley, mate. That's just welcome Bewley in and sort of saying he was coming as well. So
see these guys all in camber shot together now.
And if this goes a 3-way, it'll just invite Nick Firth back to the party, and he needs that.
He does need that.
He was 2.2 seconds off the last lap round. He's now 1.6. With obviously this effectively that lap time of Matty Clark at a 46.9. Versus Bewley's 45.8 and Firthy's 45.4.
Oh,
that's just the difference in a lap.
You can look we're looking over the rear wing of Matty's car now, and you can see Firth in the background there behind Bewley's car still.
Spence has got serious pace at the moment, mate. I think
he's hungry. He's hungry,
yeah.
J-Man. And look at Bewley. Look at Bewley here. Look at the Porsche.
Yeah. Matty's looking back too much at the moment, and it's just upsetting his lines. He's having to defend.
Well, at half a second back from Spence, he didn't have to defend then, and he just launched it down into here the last lap, and that's what's created this little dilemma for him here. Oh, and he does it again. Runs deep, gets a time, but that's it.
Oh, a little bit of a tag.
It's just about how's your father on the way past there, Matt. Just trying to gather that together as we just see Bewley pass as well. Where's Nick Firth? Not far behind.
Right there. He's 0.3, mate. He's right there. So Clarkey's rattled.
Maybe
Clarkey might look for an early pit stop strategy here. He's probably in the pit window.
Oh, jeez,
Firth shows the nose.
J-Man, I don't know.
Is it too long? 80.
Another 10 minutes or so, I'd say.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably a little bit early.
Hasn't that spiced that up?
Big time.
Ichikawa now putting pressure on Dawson. Dawson picking up a little bit of grass through the inside of the second to last corner there.
Oh, Crossing Goddard side by side. Crossing with a big wiggle. They're still side by side.
Oh, what a battle.
Yeah, good competitive run here with these two. Obviously, a couple of guys recovering, Crossing recovering after what was effective. Oh, and he fires it down the inside. Is he going to be able to pull that thing up?
He has. Goddard's left him the space too. Good presence of mind there.
Yeah, unfortunate for Cross, he has got that 10 seconds that he's going to have to serve in his pit stop over the top of him. But look, he'll play on. And John O'Warren as well. On a night that we heard that he had a ton of car pace on, he's currently racing out of 19th and back a good 14 odd seconds unstopped. He's got a 5 second on him as well that he's got to serve. Now, Burley Spence. Now, this is his podium battle, and we're going to get to call this for the next hour and 20 minutes. Who was that just run incredibly deep down to turn 1?
That's
Matty
Clark.
And that's allowed Firthy back through.
So here we go.
And Firthy will be just...
He's braking.
He'll be wooing Burley on to get this position from Spence, because Spence is the guy that Firthy's battling with for this top 4.
So why is Matty Clark just starting to... Is it the tyre, J-Man? Is it brake temps? What is the go? You know this stuff.
Yeah, look, at this point, I just think it's probably more rhythm. It's probably more a rhythm thing.
Yep.
I think fuel and tyre, he'll be still in the sweet spot at the moment. These things can press on. They are an enduro tyre. These things are designed to run long. Conditions 21 and 28, pretty status quo from the start of the race. We've only seen a degree of temp either way.
And it's pretty friendly, isn't it? Those temps are pretty good. Yep.
So I think it's a rhythm thing. I think he's just been rattled, as we just see Macrolos got through Omani. Where is Crossland? Okay, so Crossland had got through on Goddard. Goddard's now actually under pressure from Eddie now. Yeah. So
yeah.
Still curious to see what happens up the top here with Spence and Burley, because Burley was ranging up on that battle, but that was Spence attacking Clark. Be interested to see how this just plateaus out now with race pace.
Yeah, look, and I think the next sort of 15 minutes or so the dynamic, or maybe even more, like 15 or 25 minutes or so, the dynamic of the race is going to change, because we're going to start to see, the first indicative pit stops, aren't we? Like the scheduled stuff, Big window there, though. Some guys will come in early, some guys will come in late. Just watching Lee, the number 44 car of Lee in the background there, struggling with a bit of rear end grip. I think, is that the sister car of Matt Clark? It looks very similar, but it's black. But it looks like it's suffering from the same problem. Just a little bit, maybe a rhythm thing. Bewley, though, on Spence. Oh, and this is, how close do you want?
Yeah, he's right there. Can he get the car back down the inside? I feel like Spencer's going to cover here. And we have got John O'Warren in the pits too, mate, serving that 5-second penalty and possibly an official stop by the look of it. We'll get a read on that number shortly.
Wow. Close stuff. Bewley. Pro-Am in the Porsche. Chasing down Tony Spence.
Macrolos with the bonnet up. Front well busted on the 222 car. Not sure what happened there.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's messy.
Yeah, that thing will not be driving super flash right now. However, Firthy now having a good look at Bewley. What happened to Bewley there? What made him go backwards? He was really putting an attack on Spence, and now he's got Firthy on him. So, changing very, very quickly lap to lap here. Eddie Thackeray's still chasing down George Goddard too.
Ichikawa on Dawson, J-Man.
Yeah, that's super tight.
Ichikawa, God. He really does deliver pressure so smoothly and nicely. It's just...
It's
just there. He just stays.
Huge run wide at turn 1 as well, so he's really struggling down there. I wonder if he's just struggling for brakes. We've heard and seen failures here before. Probably not this early, but I think we have seen and heard of brake failures in this ACC platform this season.
Yep.
Trying to get a read. Macrolos. Yeah, he's going to be in there for some time. That thing is proper beat up. So
yeah, she's pretty twisted up, isn't it?
He's already been in there a minute and a half on the jacks. John O'Warren's stop was 1:53, which saw him 2:25 outright. Macrolos was 1:39 stationary, which is going to see him go 2:12. Car looks good, nice and repaired. Fresh gets to go back out there and press on. And that'll be significant too for Costas.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
He's 10th in the title hunt, and he has got Lee Perkins not that far behind him in the points. So if he wants to stay top 10 in the championship, and there'll be little milestones for a lot of these drivers at the back end of the season. They put the effort in, they want to finish strongly. Matty Clark, Nick Firth now, so Firthy has fallen a little bit away from the back of Bewley, and now he's under threat again from Clarkey. So this is what I say, it could be a rhythm thing. The guys could just lose their rhythm slightly.
Yeah.
I think we saw that from Clarkey. He got rattled by Tony Spence.
These guys are still so close together. You can see them all in the same camera shot. There you go, there's Spence.
Clark through on Firthy.
Wow.
It's just had the horsepower down the straight.
Yeah.
I just didn't see that a couple of laps ago. I thought the BMW looked like it was struggling down the chute. So
yeah, without looking back, I just wonder whether Firth struggled out of T1. Compromised his run up the hill.
And who's that? Ichikawa going backwards. He's had an incident. I want to pick up on that.
Oh, Ichikawa and Dawson.
And Dawson. So that allowed McConnell and Kim through.
Okay, here we go.
Bit of a touch up there.
So this is coming up to the bus stop, top of the hill. Looks all pretty orderly. There it goes. Ichikawa just taking the back of the Bentley. Bentley not quite quick enough out of the exit of the bus stop there. Well, it is almost like a double-decker bus, isn't it?
Oh, it was just, I feel like it was a timing thing. Pete was a little bit wide in the middle phase, and just a timing thing. And they've been running for so long, so close there. I don't think Ichikawa would have been expecting him to maybe not have such a good run. Now Thackeray, Goddard, that's still going on. Now he's got it. Can Goddard get back up the inside? Eddie gives him the room. They're going to go side by side still. Oh, beautiful sweep round the outside for Thackeray. Does run a fair bit wide. Going to give him rights to the next right-hander.
That is close. That is some close stuff.
Significant too. Tony Spence cops a 5-second penalty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
So that would have been some form of contact somewhere. And that's significant because Bewley is 0.6 of a second behind him. And then Matty Clark, another 1.5, and Firth behind there. So it's basically effectively a podium back to P6 as it stands right now. That's what a 5 second means. They've got about 15 odd seconds back from there to Chris McConnell. So that'll be as far back as he goes with that penalty, should it stay the same. So that's big. Like I said,
oh yeah, for sure.
It's ever changing, and you know, Firthy, keep your nose clean. This is the guy you're battling with. He's just copped a 5 seconder. Don't do anything stupid, and you could still be on for a podium here and still be very, very tight for this championship fight. Firthy flashing the lights.
Firthy flashing the lights now.
Yeah.
Well.
And is that acknowledgement that he can tune in and he knows what we're talking about?
Well,
maybe it is.
Clark was flashing his lights at Firth before the overtake. So
okay.
Yeah. But it's on.
It is on. It's business as usual for these boys.
Yeah, well, look, the Spence penalty really does throw a bit of a spanner in the works there, obviously for Tony. And he'll be wanting to make as much ground on these guys as possible. But Bewley is coming with. He's tagged on the back of that. Obviously, Clarkie'd like to get back up to speed and just chase that train as well. But look, you can still see all these guys in camera shot. Still a close pack of cars. And we've seen it with Clark and Firth. The slightest of mistakes under brakes. And there's a change of position at that distance. So exciting stuff. We're just expecting maybe some early pit stops. What, from about now on you'd expect, J-Man?
Yeah, I think so. I think any from here on out we could do. Obviously, we saw the early stop from Macrolos and Warren, and you know, that might reflect maybe a little bit of what's been going on out there as well. I'm not sure what happened too much to Jono earlier, but I expected to with the pace that he had in official practice to be a little bit further up. But obviously Macrolos, a little tag there with Crossland, maybe upset his position, and then obviously maybe an unforced there to put the car on the wall and cop all that damage. So that's going to hurt, and it'll be a long way back. And now, who is that? That's Goddard going a long way back. Bit of a lose there, and he's not up to full race pace again either.
That car's damaged. It just turned off the track there. We just picked it up in the replay there, J-Man.
Yeah, so he probably he'll be in the pit window to make a stop. You gotta watch your pit entry speed here. It's not the easiest.
It looks like he's carrying on. Okay. Interesting stuff. Ichikawa on Dawson again. Yep. This thing has continued on for a good 20 odd minutes or more, I would suspect. A little bit of contact there a few laps ago. These guys sorted it out on track and continue on. Nice work from both these guys.
Yeah, good stuff.
Just the shadowing pressure that Ichikawa is awesome. He doesn't.
Oh, horrible bounce again.
He's not like big on poking the nose up here and there. He's just like pressure.
Just staying close.
Yeah.
Give a shout out right now to the 14 car Lucas Keys. Obviously, titles in the bag. Just want to shout out to him. They out there. Fastest lap of the race for 43.9. Last lap round was a 44.9 and has got 34 seconds up the road from Shane Fodado. And, Shane's no slouch. He's doing a good job, and he's got around 15 odd seconds, 16 seconds over Tony Spence. So those top two really in a class above at the moment, out there doing their thing. But the entertainment from third
down,
I think third all the way at the moment to 6 is very entertaining. And then Ichikawa Dawson, rightfully deserved of some camera action because they've put on a show for such a long time now.
Top 10 at the moment,
Yep.
J-Man. I reckon, yeah. So 3rd to 10th, easily. Big show going on at the moment as Ichikawa just puts pressure on Dawson, or continues to, once again.
Two quiet achievers as well. Chris McConnell out of 7th and Danny Kim done nothing wrong tonight. Just really literally plugging away, punching the laps out.
Yep.
And have been a couple of times as we see Ichikawa through on Dawson. Out of that bus stop chicane. Gets the job done. So Pete just struggled there earlier. Got a little touch up, I think, earlier from Ichikawa. But Ichikawa getting through that time, no problem.
I think Dawson just conceded there. Just went, yeah, no, this thing's slow out of there. Here you go. Just take it this time. Oh, dear.
Remember the number, 4.4 seconds is Ichikawa to Danny Kim. So we'll see what he can do now that he's been released from behind the 54 car. Because I feel like you mentioned it earlier, he had the pace to run with Bewley. Bewley's car,
I think he did.
P4.
Yeah.
You know, mitigating factors have been why he's back there for multiple reasons, but he is back there, and we'll see what he can do with that margin.
Yeah, definitely worth watching. You was to see Clark very wide outside of one there.
It's got to give Firth a bit of incentive.
Carries that momentum. Surely that was a track infringement. We will not know. Only he will know. And Firth chasing down Matt Clark once again. And definitely closed that gap, J-Man, just even from that little, I think from the bus stop there. So,
yeah, and approaching the magic hour mark of splitting this thing in two.
Oh, Clark with a mistake. Sorry to interrupt
big
there.
Bounce off the curb. It's going to see Firthy sweep around the outside.
No, he lost. He was out of shape under brakes here. Yep. Clark. Oh, he got a big wriggle mid-corner, actually. Just looking at the replay there. And, again, these guys, like we were saying, you know, they're X amount of tenths of seconds apart. It doesn't look like they're close, but the slightest mistakes and bam, there's a change of position.
And it's significant too for Firthy. You know, it's the little things. So he's about 3.5 seconds behind Tony Spence, who's got a 5-second penalty hanging over him at the next pit stop. Yep. So it is those little things, you know. So Firthy, be aware. I mean, these guys are aware of a lot of what's going on around them. You know, we often talk to them post-race and ask them the questions, you know, did they realise what was what? As we just see Steve Crossan make a move on Marnie.
Yep.
So that was for position up to P11, and he's got around 5.96 seconds to try and make up the road to Dawson, who's got good pace. So it'll be a bit of a struggle there. However, Dawson's last lap was a 47.8 versus Crossy's 45.9, and we'll get a read on Crossy's latest time, 46.4. So still significantly faster. Now, Matty Clark all the way up on the back of Firthy again.
How close was that?
Very.
I'd love to get a replay of the in-car on Matty Clark's there. I doubt you would have seen the taillights on that Ferrari, but these guys are still at it, so we're not going to do that, and we're going to stay on them. It's all happening here. Cool heads will prevail, I think, in this situation. J-Man, we're just coming up to the half race mark.
Yeah, we just had a little cloud cover just come over, and we just dropped a degree of temp out of the track and the ambient too, Davo. So just something to factor in when you're going in to make a tyre change and refuel these things. Will be the drivers that are really sharp on this stuff. They'll be looking. That's just gone past 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Still another hour to go, so the back end heading towards 4 o'clock. Wonder if there'll be a little bit more temperature fall out of this thing and maybe worthy of maybe just pressuring those tyres up a little bit at the start of this next run.
Oh, yeah, fair call.
Clarkie out there again, so they're obviously not getting a track cut that far out there, or maybe a slight lift on the throttle negates it, but they're a long way out. Plenty of them have gone a long way out of turn one, and no such drive-throughs here tonight. The only one we saw was the unfortunate one for what was to be a start procedure by Brandon Webley, but no track infringement penalties.
No, but look, when you look at it, it doesn't look like they get any gain out of it.
No.
You know, because they just can't get back on the throttle. They got to get out of the marbles and get over that curb to really get full back into it again. And I think they're staying on the brakes longer, trying to pull it up before they even get there anyway. So they're still. But we could see it there. We were just looking over the rear wing of Nick Firth's car as a replay, and Clark definitely went backwards after that run wide. So yeah, definitely no gains there. As we see Perkins into the pits, J-Man looks like the first scheduled stop.
He'll be third scheduled stopper.
Third scheduled stopper. Okay.
Yep, the 33 car in the lane. So, and you expect to see a bit of a hype of activity over the next 5 minutes in there, I would think. You may see the likes of Keys and Fordo run a little longer potentially. Although I feel like both of those guys could do whatever they like. They've got enough margin, barring some sort of penalty or catastrophe.
And do you think even...
Firthy in the lane.
Oh, Firthy in the lane. Clark.
No, wasn't it? It was Clarky.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. Do you think the guys that are involved in that, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th battle, won't they chase each other and try and cover each other off as a little bit as well, maybe? But time will tell. Firth in the pits, Kim in the pits, and Clark in the pits. Oh, should I say Clark, not Firth, in the pits. So,
yeah.
Plenty going on.
Ichikawa in the lane as well. So, trying to read on some of these times.
As Lucas Keys rounds the final corner, rounds up all of these. Lucas Keys into the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, so, okay. So, I thought he might have gone late. We've seen him run long before, but he's comfy out there, and he's going to come and take his stop as well. So
nice work from Lucas.
Perkins with a meat and drink, fuel and tyre stop at 36 seconds, sees him a minute 9 outright, so he'll come out in front of Macrolos, I would think.
Ichikawa in the pits as well.
Yep. Matty Clark, 34-second stop, so that's a very good stop. Danny Kim, 33. So we'll just see what Ichikawa, because that'll be significant with Matty Clark as well, so... Ichikawa, 38.
Oh, so it's that Spencer Bewley in.
Yeah, 38 second for Ichikawa is going to hurt him in the battle effectively with Matty Clark and...
Firth in the pit.
And Firth, actually, depending on what Firth does. So it's a big string of activity. Keys was a 36-second stop. So it's interesting because the difference there, 4 seconds, the difference between the likes of Ichikawa and Matty Clark. Let's try and get a read on some of these other times coming through. So Goddard was 58. It's a long stop. You might add a bit of damage to sort out. Okay, time.
So where we've got now. So we've got Clark in 12.
Yeah, Bewley with the 34. Spence with the 38. Obviously had to serve that 5-second penalty. He's going to see Bewley and Firth jump him in the pits, and they all come out together. So Crossland, is Crossy in the lane, because I think he had a 10-second to serve as well.
There you go. So there it is on the screen, that 5-second penalty. You can see Bewley's car, Firth's car, and there is Tony Spence.
Yep.
Right behind him, Matty Clark, not that far behind. That fight running down to the end of the race, J-Man, is going to be a cracker. Watch this space.
It sure is. As we see Crossan just taking his 10-seconder, that's going to hurt.
Oh, of course.
So he'll be somewhere around,
Rip the
I would
Band-Aid
think,
off.
42 at best would be his stationary.
Yep. Clark running wide as he rolls down into the boot there. Who is that tucked in behind Clark? I think it is Macrolos's car. Yes, it
49
is.
Yeah, it is.
So big thanks again. We'll just shout out to the Rain Light Racing guys for their 2024 GT3 Series 7. Guys, we are just a little over half a race here, J-Man. And we are starting to get some scheduled pit stops coming through. Probably about, a little over half the field. There's not too many left actually, probably 4 or so. We've got to thank SIMBLACKS, CrossScuT Woodworks, Crossy 43, HENDO, and True to Life Racing Designs, of course, MATCHFIT Entertainment. That's who you tune into.
Couple of stats out of that pit stop too, viewers and Davo. Isaac Ichikawa had a 38-second stationary, has somehow picked up a 5-second penalty on top of that will be served post-race now because he's made his pit stop. Now, Pete Dawson was in a battle, if you remember, with Ichikawa. Yeah, now Pete Dawson did a fantastic job in the pit.
Oh, Ichikawa's got 5.
With a 33-second stop. So, A, he was faster than him on the jacks. B, Ichikawa's got a 5 seconds. So, I think you're going to see Dawson actually grab Ichikawa on track already because of the pit transition time. Plus, Ichikawa's got the 5 seconds. So, that really does shake things up. But Bewley, Firth, Spence, you called it. That one there is going to go down to the wire. McConnell, in the name of Chris, he comes to the lane. So, that's going to
pop him back. Yep.
What will be the effective order once he does that, which will be Lucas Lees over Fotterdo, Bewley, Firth, Spence.
So he'll come in around Kim and Dawson and Ichikawa, I think. McConnell. It depends what his pit stop's like.
Yep.
Because he was there or thereabouts. It was toing and froing a little, and as is this little battle here. Firth looking hungry, J-Man, after the pit stop.
The set of tyres.
Like you said, maybe they've had a bit of a tutu with the pressures just to get it right. Maybe, that first half of the race, the pressures weren't quite right. But, Firth looking hungry now and looks like he's got the measure on the Porsche at this stage. These guys were rolling out of the pit lane pretty well together. And you can see Spence in the background as well. And I think that's Matt Clark, actually, too. There's a few. There's Bewley, Firth, Spence, and Clark.
So you're right. McConnell's come out in front of Danny
Kim. Yeah, and Dawson and Ichikawa.
Yep.
Yes.
So Dawson did a good job there. Currently P10. Had been passed prior to the pit stops by Ichikawa, manages to get him on overall pit transition time, and then obviously Ichikawa with that 5-second hanging over sees Dawson legit in the 10 now. And what is the time frame there? It's about 9.3 up to Danny Kim, so he's got some work to do.
Worcester in the pits. Beautiful looking Mustang, this big Aussie flag on one side, green and gold on the other. As he rolls out of the pit lane, Crossland just sneaking past there. Back to Firth, Bewley. This is heating up. Oh, both those guys very
close to the wall.
Both of them. With two totally different lines, mind you, J-Man, there. I'll just see if we can just quickly pick up on a replay without missing anything that's going on here. But just watch this shot here. Bam, bam. Oh. Damn, that's close. So no mucking around from the boys. The fight's on.
Yeah, look, and Firthy's up for the challenge, I think. Bewley's got the fresh air. But Firthy's just tucked in there. Just see him, just have a look. Just came out inside the mirror line to say I'm there. And Spencer's still there. It's only a second back.
Yeah, look, all these guys, just don't know, just cool heads, guys, running down. 50 minutes, a little over 50 minutes to run here. And Spence clearly had pace. He was leading this pack originally. He's taken his 5-second penalty, J-Man.
Yep.
And he would no doubt want to dispatch these two, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy, and I think if there's a gap like what we're seeing between Firth and Bewley now, they'll just press on. Both of them running 45.5s the last that round. Spence running 45.4.
Yep.
So I think if it stays at that sort of margin, what we're looking at between Firth and Bewley now, I think it's going to be hard work. It'll be just millimeters for Tony Spence to claw back. However, if Bewley makes a mistake and Firthy starts having a look up the inside of the outside, that 1 second gap will go to point nothing in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, and we've seen it multiple times. I think if we're going to have fingers to count how many times we've seen these guys change position over the last 45 minutes. So as Firth again shows the nose. But Spence, like his track position was, that's what he had, wasn't it? And so maybe not quite enough pace just to blow by these boys. And like I said, he'll be working hard for it.
Yeah, give you a rundown. So Bewley, 45.3 with a cut. Firthy, 45.2. Spence, 45.0. Now, out of P6, Matty Clark, 44.8. So he is some 4.5 seconds back. As he enters that bowl, right-hander coming down the hill, he could just see Spence exiting it. So, like you said, just under 50 minutes left to run. Don't write Clarkie out of this. We saw him in the first phase of the start of this race. In the opening sort of 40, he looked good. Lost his rhythm a little bit along the way, and then kind of gained it back a little bit towards just pre-pit stops. Decided to peel off a little bit earlier than these boys. Did a very, very good stop. So I don't know, at 4.5 seconds, I don't think Clarkie's out of it here. And I'm talking for a podium as well, because Bewley, Firth, Spence, they get engaged in a dogfight. All of a sudden, Clarkie's back on the scene.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I believe it will get down to something downright, spicy towards the back end. It always does.
I think it's pretty well guaranteed, J-Man. And look at how close these guys are now. There's nearly equal gap between these cars now. Spence through the back part of that lap has really started to get under the wing of Nick Firth in the Firthies. Fish fingers Ferrari.
Right, fish finger.
Fish finger Ferrari. So yeah, nice work. And look, if Spence gets up behind him, he's going to have his work cut out for him, and he will stop concentrating on the back of that Porsche of Bewley's and will be concentrating on his mirrors. So they roll down off the main circuit here into the boot section of the track. Tricky little awkward exit there. We've seen a few cars bounce off that ripple strip on the exit of that ripple strip. Take too much and get a bit taily.
Look, they're all just super accurate at the moment. Just watching Bewley Firth events, they're super accurate. Just pulled about 3/10 this lap already, even 4/10 on Matty Clark. So just how accurate those guys are driving at the moment. They got the eyes on.
They do. Spence, Firth, Bewley leading the way. Lucas Keys and Shane Fuddido in another postcode to this battle here. As we watch this intently, because It is getting tight. It's a slow burn. But this
45.
is where the fight is, J-Man.
Yeah, 45-0, 45-0, 45-1.
Mind you, Bewley carrying, I think, a Pro-Am classification. So
Yes, he is.
I'm sure you'll get a promotion next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Firthy, Spence, Clark, and the likes all trailing that. We do have Chris McConnell, Danny Kim, Dawson, and is it Isaac Ichikawa there? J-Man rounding out the top 10. That is a pretty bloody healthy top 10 here tonight.
Yeah, and look, we got some battlers after that, after the fact as well. You know, like Crossing on, you know, like digging deep here. Oh, he just grabs the wall. I shouldn't mention this guy's name. He seems to be the worst guy we jinx. But I just talked about him, and he tagged the wall out of the final corner. So.
But yeah, Crossy in recovery mode there, J-Man, in the number 43 SIMBLACKS McLaren, as he runs up the hill towards the bus stop once again. 41 laps so far for Steve Crossland here at Watkins tonight, and we are over halfway. We've seen a few pit stops. I think we've seen everybody pit stop now so far, so it's a run home here. A little under 45 minutes to go. Compulsory tyres and fuel tonight. I doubt they would have run without either anyway, J-Man.
No, I think it was the option strategy for sure. I don't think I'd want to stretch a tyre out a couple of hours here.
Definitely not.
Fuel definitely wouldn't be doable, as we see Tony Spence now really starting to mount an attack back on Nick Firth. So these are the guys 4th and 5th in the title hunt. It is significant. The margin's not that great as far as the points difference.
35 points, J-Man, between these two drivers, with to Tony Spence.
Yeah.
So Firth will want to stay in front. Is one position enough? We don't know. There is still over 40 minutes to run in this race, and look how close these guys are, and that's why there's only 35 points between these two guys in the points after 10 rounds, J-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Ichikawa starting to make some inroads back into Dawson, but he's got to do it and then add 5.
Too true.
To make that count. And look, still 43 odd minutes to go. There's still plenty of time.
Yep.
And I don't suspect that this race is going to be drama free for the next 43 minutes. I do believe there'll probably be some big action somewhere, whether it's someone just grab a little bit too much wall or an awkward bounce out of the chicane. Something will happen for sure.
Oh, as we just see Matty Clark in the background, big tag on the wall out of the final corner, keeps the car running in the right direction, but it's just that rhythm thing you were talking about earlier too, J-Man. You know, like you can race and race and race, and then just something just gets you out of that rhythm. You get distracted, and the times just go away. Spence.
Yeah. Having a big look.
You got a sixth sense, I'll tell you.
You just know it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Firth wide. Gets a bit of curb on the exit. Would have just delayed the pickup on the throttle, and there's contact.
Down the inside. Oh, and he fences him. You know that the stewards will be looking at that. The chat box will light up for sure. 100%.
Out. Tough work. Big day at the office there. Spence and Firth as they run down into the boot section of the track. A little bit of contact there. Firth ending up backwards into the fence. Allowed Clark past. Firth back, pointing in the right direction. recovery mode now for Firth.
Yeah, well, he's got Chris McConnell not that far behind him
Yep.
as well, I think. So he's going to have to just find his rhythm again and eyes forward, forget about all of that.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Oh, for sure. And I
just try and,
suppose just make sure that car's right. You know, no damage, J-Man.
yeah. Look, there's not much you can do about it at this point in time. I think you probably go out there and see what you got, and then honestly, to refocus on the lap time right now, he's got a big gap of fresh air between himself and Matty Clark. He has got Chris McConnell behind him. However, race pace wise, Firthy's had the measure of the McConnell car for the better part of the night. So he's just got to focus, and then probably rely on the fact that and he has just cooked it again. He's lost the rear end, so the back end of that car's not happy, and he's broken the steering on that car by the look of it. That car is done. So
that's
back to pits. Does the 56 car, just how quickly that happened. We talked about, would there be drama? There wasn't too long. We didn't have to wait long, and there was.
So drama. The drama for Nick Firth there, J-Man.
Yep.
Getting that car hard into the wall. Obviously, that is the first time he's had to run up the hill after getting into the fence there on the lap prior. And clearly the car with some damage. And, yeah, look, you just never know until you get in there. Gets a tag on the wall. Car's not good. Back into the pit lane.
No, look, he's already dropping down. He's dropping down the field now. He's down a 16th already.
So plenty of work for the team there to do. So Bewley with some breathing space, leaving all that behind. I think that's Goddard just tucked in behind him, out of position. Obviously, Goddard's running in 16th in the number 96 McLaren, but just tagged on the back of Bewley there as they run into the bus stop. Next car back, so Lucas Keys out the front. Shane Furtado, as we just see him just tail that thing in at the bottom of the hill in the boot section of the track there.
Yeah.
Just drips it in. As we were saying, Bewley with a little bit of breathing space apart from the out of position Goddard. Spence now with a clear run and probably focus on the back of Bewley's Porsche. Matty Clark after getting past the first car. Everybody's gained a position, obviously. So Chris McConnell in 6th, Danny Kim in 7th, Pete Dawson in 8th, Ichikawa 9th, and Marnie, up into the 10th spot there, J-Man.
And that's where we see at the moment. So Lucas Keys, he's lapped up to P9, Dawson next on the hit list as he comes through the field. And I was just actually watching the margin from Ichikawa to Dawson, 1.2 seconds. Obviously, the 5-second penalty remains for Ichikawa, but the first task with 37 and 3/4 minutes to go will be to try and get past the 54 Bentley and then try and put margin on. And it's potentially it's doable, but it'll be a very, very successful back end of the race for him to be able to make that margin.
Yeah, as we just see the Lucas Keys car just sandwiched, well, not quite so much sandwiched, but just passing by between those two cars there, which will interrupt their momentum, won't it, J-Man? Just having Lucas in there as quick as he may be past them. And so, yes, the momentum of Dawson possibly interrupted.
Firthy back off the jacks and going against. Sorry, David.
Yeah, look, he'll just be breathing a sigh of relief that knowing they've got that thing back up on the road. And he can finish this one. Try and salvage whatever he can, points-wise, for this season there. Very close stuff. Some hotly contended battles all the way through the season, and of course just here tonight on track, but all the way through the season, through all the classes too, J-Man.
Yeah.
The Pro-Ams and the Am boys all vying for their own championship pretty well, you know? Pro-Am, Am championship.
Yep.
Ichikawa.
Like I
Don.
said, first job is to get past Pete and then try and stretch the legs.
Just putting on the Ichikawa pressure points to the back of Dawson's car again.
And like you said, he's so good at it, mate. He, you know, he did have a little bit of a touch up with Pete earlier on through the chicane. You know, was definitely no malice or intent. Was just a timing thing. No. So he races so super close to the back of the car that's in front of him. So he's right on Dawson now. Look at the pace of Keys. He just went past and just drove away.
Yeah, just come out of nowhere and just disappears out into the distance.
Yeah, well, that was a 44.3 with a pass in it too. So super quick as the Datsun at the hands of Lucas Keys. So yeah, these two probably the two closest cars out there on track at the moment is Ichikawa and Pete Dawson. So Isaac having a really good run since turning up here, to be honest. He's yeah, like you say, probably be expecting a promotion into the new year.
As is Bewley, I think too, Jamie. Yep. Those guys. Yep. And look, I rate them both because they're both driving Porsches, so they've got a tick from me straight away. So it's a bit of fanboy going on there. So yeah, both good work from both those guys. Ichikawa continues to apply the pressure, like you mentioned, J-Man, as you just see Lucas Key's car fade into the distance for these two. They carry on. These two guys, 8th and 9th, currently on track, just coming back out onto the main section of the circuit here. Final complex of corners. Oh, they're 47 laps in as they round the second and final corner here. And J-Man, I reckon they've raced at least 37 of those laps, nearly bumping together. Yep. So, at least. So yeah, nice work. Good clean stuff. And bloody close here. Look at this again.
Yeah, so Ichikawa gets a good run in and out of one, and he sticks with him. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get the timing right here and try and get the car down to the inside line. We saw him. He was the driver that made the move from the outside earlier on.
That's right. Yep.
Not going to happen this lap.
And Dawson just throwing it through. It's been an hour and where were we up to here? Oh, hour and a half practice session for Dawson. He's just finally just got nailing the bus stop now, and the Bentley's sliding on through there. But it's got no match for Ichikawa in this Porsche. Look at the initial turn in, and braking in the Porsche. It's next level. Oh. Little tag on the grass there. Big.
Yeah, that was enough. That was enough. I was about to say, Pete does a very, very good job of just doing his own thing out there. He's had so much pressure, and he most of the time literally just drives his own lines and just carries on. He's a pretty cool customer. You and I had a bit to do with Pete in 2024 with various leagues and manufacturers and platforms, and he's a cool customer. He's out there and he's thereabouts all the time. He's definitely always a top, he's a top 8 to 10 contender for sure.
Oh yeah.
Any league
and some, but yeah, no, definitely, and a gentleman racer too, Pete Dawson. So Yeah, nice work. Just again, and I think we saw it a couple of times already tonight. He's just like, oh no, you got me there. You know, just leaves the door open just for those few more seconds or attempts to just let him through.
Firthy
So,
back in the pits, mate, just to give you a heads up.
oh no, what's going on with that? And we've got obviously Ichikawa with a 5-second penalty. So, you know, clearly would want to clear the Dawson car and just get a bit of a gap on it.
Yeah, see what he can do.
As he does. Next closest cars on track at the moment is the Spence.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, Spence. Is it Bewley? Yes, Spence, Bewley, and then Clark. You can just see.
They might have Lee
in the
Perkins in
background.
between them, I think. Yep.
I think that is Perko, actually, J-Man. Just out of position in between the two. But Spence hasn't really made a gain on Bewley. We saw them closer to this about 5 minutes ago, and I just wonder whether Spence has run out of puff, so to speak. Or is it just Bewley's keener? Oh, as we just watched Spence there get all awkward through the bus stop there. You pick up on that?
Yep.
Let's just get a replay on that. It's just enough to put you offline.
Yeah. He did good to grab it. It could have gone around that second phase. So
I definitely could have, because it had already put him in an awkward position from the first one. But there you go, just rounding up that lap car of Perkins. J-Man. Okay, so
Dawson, Ichikawa, that's just sitting at the 1 second. So 4 more of those, and he might get to keep that position. Will Isaac, Ichikawa. And I'll just grab a refreshment.
You do that, J-Man, and yeah, just these guys will be keen, obviously, to complete this race. Obviously, makes them eligible and to win a set of awesome Sim Magic pedals after this race tonight. Final race of the series, Rainlight Racing, in conjunction with SIMBLACKS, giving away a set of Sim Magic P1000 pedals. Spin of the wheel stuff, guys. And a load of these guys racing here tonight are eligible for that. At least 15 of these cars out here will be eligible for that. So still got 27 odd minutes to go yet to race before the festivities begin at the end of the race. Rainlight Racing once again bringing us a awesome season of GT3s here for Series 7 in their 2024 GT3 campaign. These guys squeeze a hell of a lot of racing in a year. Discord links in the description. All links in the description. Get in touch with these guys. Get over to Rainlight. Great community. Plenty of racing throughout the year. And look, Christmas time coming up. Plenty of time for everyone. So get involved.
Absolutely.
Danny Kim holding down 7th position. You can just see that Lucas Keys car just out in front. Kim, I think, just tucked up in behind. That is, I think, the Goddard car out of position as well. His battle is actually with Chris McConnell, who is 15.5 seconds in front of him. So some long distance battles going on here, J-Man. It's been a bit of a mix-up since. A few pit stops there. We are winding down though, 25 minutes to go. We still have the Bewley Spence Clark battle going on in the background. Spence, I think, struggling to stay in touch with Bewley. Bewley showing some great pace, mate.
Yeah, and I think Pete Dawson also is doing a great job to hang on to the back to stay inside this margin of 5 seconds with Isaac Ichikawa as well. So, you know, 25 and 3/4 minutes left to go on this one. You know, Ichikawa got through a couple of laps ago. He's only managed to put like 1.2, 1.3 on.
Yep.
I think Pete's doing a good job there. I think the Spence Bewley battle, I think there could be a sting in the end of the tail later on. I think that's not done. And who do we see there? What was that? There's a bit of a blue flag there. Who was that? It's Ben Lay. Just saying that he's just increased on Cross and Worcester, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what's happened there.
So field spread somewhat now, J-Man. As we start to wind down, these guys just trying to bring it home here a little bit in the last 25 minutes of this. It's been a very, very clean race overall. Few little elbows out, few little tags here and there, but very close and very quick so far. I'm sure they're feeling a bit worn out by it all now and just trying to focus, you know, for this last 20 odd minutes, J-Man.
Yeah, and, you know, mistakes can still be made this late in the piece.
Oh, you know it. Dawson continues to chase Ichikawa. Fuckery. Oh, we just picked up on Fuckery.
Yeah, and I was thinking that there wasn't that big a margin for him to chase down Marnie for a top 10.
Nah.
And he just had a run wide there on the left-hander coming down.
Oh, tags the wall hard too, J-Man.
Yeah.
Not good. So that will impede his momentum.
Shane Fodado?
Oh, no.
Where is Shane Fodado from P2? What is going on? I've lost P2 on my data.
Oh, I have too. Okay.
That's given Bewley a P2 and Spence a P3. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So
that's not good.
What does that do? Webley was out early.
And Webley was out too. Oh, no. Get the abacus out. We need the MATCHFIT abacus here, J-Man. We need to try to work this stuff out. That will adjust things. Fuckery in the pits as well. Just quietly allows Lee and Crossland pass, as I'm sure, I think a couple others might sneak past as well.
I think you're going to find...
So Lucas Keys leading the race. We have...
the top three will stay the same, I think.
Shane Fodado vanished off the server, unfortunately, which has put Bewley now, just as the board adjusts. Bewley second.
Would he be classified though? He made over X amount of percent of the race. Would he be still classified as
20? We're just a little over 20 minutes to go. So Spence in third, like you mentioned, J-Man, and Matty Clark in fourth, McConnell in fifth, Kim seventh, Ichikawa eighth, Dawson ninth, and Marnie in 10th. Crossland is still fighting back. We've got, I think it's Lay in 11th. Crossy working his way back through. It's been a tough night for Crossland in the SIMBLACKS car. In 12th, Worcester 13th.
Factory with a stop go 30.
Factory with a stop go 30. Ouch. Goddard in 16th, Warren in 17th, Nick Firth in the pits in 18th.
Yep.
Bewley, though, hasn't this race just unfolded in front of him in the last 10 minutes? Or, well, maybe even more. You could go back a little bit further. You know,
Yep.
like with, you know, the Firth and the all this stuff going on in front of him. And,
Yep.
wow, here he is in second position.
Yeah, 20 minutes to go.
And I do not want to put the mock on him,
track.
but I got, you know, like, you just got to give this guy credit for just, you know, keeping that car pointing in the right direction and just being solid on your times, hit your marks, and here he is, smashing it out. We'll get the cameras off him so we don't curse him. And we'll go back to Tony Spence. I don't want to curse Tony either, mind you. So
No.
oh, God, who else going to go to? Dawson, no.
Yeah, contrary to public belief, we don't want to curse anybody, but these things just happen. But yeah, Dawson still doing a good job. 1.4, 1.5 seconds back from Isaac. So he's doing what he needs to still stay in the zone inside the 5.
Factory in the pits.
He's in the pits taking that stop go 30.
Yep. Yeah. Getting that out of the way. Dawson still trying to stay in touch with Isaac Ichikawa. But just, I don't think the Bentley's got it. J-Man.
No.
It's been a long race. And the Porsche looking extremely nimble around Watkins here tonight, especially at the hands of Ichikawa. So.
Still got some work to do though, has Pete. Like I said, he's done a good job. It's just blowing out to just over 2 seconds now. Still plenty of time left in the race for Isaac to keep pressing on. So Pete's focus still got to be, you know, keep pressing. Keep pressing on pretty hard. As does Bewley. Bewley can't give this thing up, albeit Spencer's...
No, I don't think so either.
Behind. He's got to stay in this.
Yeah, like 4 seconds over nearly 20 minutes, J-Man.
Followed with a power cut.
So, oh, really? Oh, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's probably on his phone. Oh, no, possibly.
So Shane Frodo, who was the second position throughout pretty well the whole race until a power cut there, J-Man. We just cheering.
And likely going to take second on the title with Webley out early.
Oh, there you go. Yes, on my phone. Oh, Shane. Wow. So yeah, definitely looking like a contender for second position in the championship as well, J-Man. So tough. Wow. It's been a bit of a war of attrition, hasn't it, Watkins, tonight? We've seen some big losers. So
yeah, look, a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of unfortunate stuff. Obviously, the likes of Shane with the power cut, that's completely out of his hands. And I think Webley at the start of that race, not sure there. And then obviously we lost Mav early. I don't think Mav was too keen on 2 hours of the Glen. Yeah, look,
Why not?
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
not sure.
fantastic.
Firthy on a night that was up and down, but going relatively well, and then unfortunately ended the way it did. So yeah, not a track that I would normally relate to attrition, but we saw it pretty early.
No, but we have seen it, and that's unfortunate, J-Man. But yeah, big race, final race here for Rain Light Racing's 2024 GT3 Series 7, as we have cameras on Crossy
I reckon he's good. I reckon he's going to go for a top 10 here.
In in the SIMBLACKS McLaren here, the number 43 McLaren. So yeah, in recovery mode, and like you said, mate, what have we got? 15 minutes. He's 3 seconds.
Yep.
Crossy's got the skills.
Yeah, it was around 6.6 when I first looked.
The car's fast. It's just been put back to the back of the race. That's all. So he's worked hard to get where he is. Crossland. Josing Lay in the BMW. Lay will know he's coming. Dawson still
inside the number.
Chasing Ichikawa. Ichikawa's just got the edge on that Bentley. Spence just toing and froing. Under 4 seconds. Just over 4 seconds. Just under 4 seconds. To Bewley. Lucas Keys, a mile out in front, J-Man. Nearly a whole lap to second.
Yeah, look, where is he? He's coming around there, so he's trying to get up. Potential for him to maybe get up towards lapping up to 4th. He's currently lapped up to 5th in the field.
Yep.
So potential for him to maybe catch Clarkey.
That's quick.
Super quick. Dawson now falling back to 3 seconds. Another 2 more, and that'll be a gone given position. So I don't know. It's going to be tight. And Ichikawa, I've been watching that number there, 5.8 up the road to Danny Kim. He was around about a second a lap quicker the last lap around, 45.4. Plays a 46 for Danny Kim. So what have we got? 13.5 minutes. It's doable.
Yeah, it's
Crossland now down to 2.5.
I know. We just had cameras on him for a while there. The car's looking very quick and on point, and he's on the chase. Like you mentioned, as is Dawson, trying to stay in touch. Winding down.
Oh, Crossy's pushing hard. Crossy is pushing very, very hard.
Oh, he's down to nearly 2/10 here now. Car's looking fast. Chasing down the BMW of it's Brandon, isn't it? Brandon Lay in the 44 BMW, J-Man.
Ben Lay.
Oh, yep. Ben, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, so he's chopping off an easy second a lap at the moment, so he's got pace to get there. It's always a different story once you get there. Try and construct a pass and do it without getting the attention of the stewards.
Some passes are easier than others, I suspect. So. Dawson, Ichikawa, still 2.5 seconds apart. Running out of time for Dawson. I think he's just trying to keep in touch. Obviously,
yeah, just going to stay inside the 5 seconds, and he's good with Ichikawa's 5-second penalty hanging over him.
Obviously.
He'll be good.
Crossland, he's nearly halved the distance in the back half of that lap, so That's getting close, J-Man, and oh God, over 10 minutes to go. Like you mentioned, mate, that looks like it's easily going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's coming with some serious pace. What was that last one? 46.0 for Crossy, 47.1 for Lay.
So nearly a second. Crossland on the move as we wind down. Dawson still chasing Ichikawa. Big changes up the top. We've got Lucas Keys, as he has done for most of the championship or the whole season, running away with it in first position. Minute and a half, 1 minute 30 seconds lead over Bewley. In second position, Tony Spence in third. This is where the mix-up, it's been crazy all race, pretty well. Apart from losing Shane Frodido, who was running in second, third, fourth, down to 10th, was all mixed up. They've all been shuffled up. So we got Bewley in second, Spence in third, Clark, McConnell, Kim, Ichikawa, Dawson, Marnie's gone up a position. Lay's gone up a position now with Crossy in tow. Just to spice it up at the end of the race, J-Man.
Yeah, he's coming. That was another 45. 45.9 plays a 46.3, so not as big a margin that one, but you can see the distance now that he's right there, and he'll work out where a strong suit is versus Ben's BMW, because there's clearly multiple points on this racetrack that McLaren is working really, really well compared to where Ben's at this phase of the race. So try and see when the last stops were. Inlay started out of P19, currently P10. It's had a very, very good race. Has been out of the AM stable. It's a very, very good drive.
Has he got the ticker, J-Man, to hold out like a pro of Steve Crossland's caliber? Oh, mate, we've raced with Steve Crossland for nearly 10 years, mate.
Yeah.
You know, class act. So, AM driver, Ben Lay, in the number 44 BMW. Final race of the season, 2024. And Crossland in the number 43 SIMBLACKS McLaren in full attack mode. Closest cars on track at the moment here.
Yeah.
In and out of one.
Big run wide play.
Again,
Really?
and we've talked about this earlier, have we? You really do lose some momentum from it.
Yeah.
He will be vulnerable.
Yeah, can Crossy get the run up here and put the car on the inside? I think he might be a little bit too far back this time. We look to try and set him up, maybe down into the boot. Maybe the right-hander might be a good option. Down the bottom of the hill. Need to keep it nice and tight here. Still probably not close enough. The BMW picks up one of the bollards that was out on the track. So he's done a good job so far this lap. So Crossy's been there since the start of the lap. He's held it together as Ben Lake.
Yeah, definitely nice work. As is the work of Bewley. Look, we're talking about the Ben Lay, the AM driver, holding down 10th position, and we've got Bewley in the Porsche. Nathan Bewley in second position. One of the
Spencer not
Pro-Am
that far
drivers.
behind. He's closed that gap back up.
Yeah, but not by much, J-Man. Really, what is it?
Well, it was 4.2 seconds.
Oh, there you go. We got out of position car in
Yep.
between them, so a little bit of exchange with the back markers there, changing the timing up a little.
Yep. So 2.7, crossing now. Still hounding the back of
Hounding.
Yeah, well, Firthy, he's currently.
And you can see just